Welcome to Executive Care. This is the 28th of September and we're recording this for our October article that you have now. So I hope you enjoyed what we said. And this is the yard that we discussed. This is my friend's yard. Everyone becomes my friend after landscaping. It's Jessica. And so we're here and I wanted to show you some things. If you would look at the magazine right now and look at the before picture, you could really appreciate the change. So in the before picture, you see the two-story right there, but you don't see any of these. These are Prunus Caroliana Brighton Tights. It's the common name is Caroliana cherry, and by the term Brighton Tight means they grow very compact. And as you look at them, they are extremely compact. And so we're using this to that in time they grow to about 14 feet and just stop. And that will be a nice shield for that house, against that house. Here in the corner is a very interesting tree called a smoke tree. You either like it or you don't like it. But the smoke tree comes from the flower that it has. This stuff here, this is like mimicking smoke, and hence the name. Cortinus is the botanical name. And so if you look again at the before picture, you can see that all this was put in, all this to my right side, this was all put in. Then as we work down this side of the yard, you can see some different plants. One of my favorite plants, this is the Rose of Sharon. This is on Let's Talk Plants, which is the featured plant for this month, and we'll talk more about that there, but it's very pretty. And like I said, I talk a lot more about it on Let's Talk Plants, correct. Again, looking at the before picture, you will see that the prior yard, the bender board was about this far, or this close to the fence. So we've added, because we're curving, so we've added between 1.5 to 2.5 feet to expand the ability to put more plants and to create more of an environment. And then as we transition, this is the shade side, so what I just finished talking about was the shade side of the yard. As we transition, to my right now becomes the sun side of the yard. The theme of the yard, as mentioned in the article, is Northern California, Mediterranean. This is kind of where the Mediterranean part kind of becomes more pronounced, is on the sunny side of the yard. Crepe myrtle is always a good transition between the Mediterranean and the other side. The rose is beautiful, double knockout. The flagstones that lead you to a garden. These garden boxes were sized down to be able to fit this area of the yard. And as mentioned, the lawn itself, where I'm standing, went all the way back to that yellow plant back there. That's a Coleonema. It went that far back. So all this was lawn at one time, and we cut it all back to be able to establish some of the things they needed. So I started showing you the Carolina cherries. That was one requirement they had, was for some privacy. Another requirement they requested was a garden box to teach their kids to garden. And another requirement was an extended patio. As you look at their existing patio, it's really kind of narrow. And so what we did, we were able to give them a little bit more. Now, it's not a bunch more, but between this area here and what I called in the article Jessica's reading place, you combine the two and we're adding another about 16 feet. 16 by approximately 8 feet wide. And so this is this flagstone walkway / reading area that we made for Jessica. So it works very well. I love the color of the stone. As I mentioned, it comes from Canada. And as you look really close to it, there's little markings in it. And these little markings are like pictures of lichen or moss. And it's really cool. There's another one right there. There's a bunch of it. So it's a very pretty quartz. And like I said, it comes from Canada. So I just fell in love with it. It goes well with the colors that we're doing and with the Mediterranean theme. The yard itself with the lavenders, the red yucca. This is about finished blooming, but this attracts hummingbirds very well. Hen and chicks, really cool plant. Some ground cover sedums. This kind of finishes this area. So this was our work here. It was about 2 weeks of work. Turned out really cool. Can't decide which side I like better. But next month we'll be talking about the other side of the yard, which is more tropical. So come and tune in, and we'll see you next month. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.